Alright, for the last few months, I've been tracking updates about Comet 3i Atlas, as has everybody else, unless you've been living under a vacuum, in a vacuum, whatever you've been doing. I've got three things to raise, 3 points. Number one, I've looked at the publications on the comet and have analysed the data about the luminosity and colour of Comet 3i Atlas. Number two, I've noticed that music in the form of urban and contemporary rap music genres can be extracted from the dataset I was looking at. Number three, I started to write this music down using modern studio software, and well, here we are. Okay. Now we come to the four. On my forefinger from the thumb, yeah, that one, yeah, that exact one. I had a number 4 scribbled on it. Whether I was doing this, scratching myself as I'm thinking other things, I don't know. It was that. Oh yeah, it's a numerology one, 4.44. If you find that offensive or troubling, you're in the wrong crowd. Excuse yourself, cough once, and leave. All right. So, back to the story. Let me get into it. Let me show you, man. Let me show you. Run the track. The 444 tune. Right. That's what I'm talking about. The 444. It appeared on my forefinger from the thumb. Yeah. So, what was I supposed to think? By that stage, I had seen the video of the rapture story that was going round. It was late 2025. As I was watching the video, it froze in time. Yeah, it was exactly 4.44 milliseconds. Yeah, out of, I can't remember how much it was, duration. I think it was 2332 duration. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So that's in my previous videos. Go back, right, and you can see that is on. So I wasn't gonna finish talking about the 4.44 without approaching the 4 that was on my hand, on my forefinger from the thumb. So I started thinking, this image has a timestamp on it. Let me show you. If you look carefully, you can see that it was taken on the 23rd of November 2025, 18:14:37. That's the time. Yeah. If you look at that, you can see it as bright as broad daylight. So I took that timestamp, if you like, but I didn't write down the time, so I don't know when I scratched it to put it there. All I know is that after some time, when I looked there, on that day, it was there. So it looked pretty scarred, if you ask me. It looks like what that had been done in the last 6 hours and them thing there. Yeah. So I put in the 23rd of November 2025, which is the timestamp of the image. So then I tried to see what correlates with what we've been through on the 3i Atlas music playlist. Let me think. So the first event that turned up, yeah, I won't do it in any specific order, but these are the events, because if you look at the videos in the 3i Atlas playlist, I started off with one that was covering the 4BK video. This is a video I received in 17th of September 2024. Then I moved on to the Havana syndrome that I had, which was on the 30th of April 2025. Yeah. Then I moved on to the sprained ankle event that I had, which was on the 13th of June 2025. Then I moved on to the dimming light event that I had. That was on, let me think real hard. I think it was in the 22nd of December 2025. That's when it was. And then the forefinger on my from the thumb, right? That happened earlier, so I should have done it in the wrong order. Maybe that will come back to bite me in future. But if you look at commonalities, there's no commonalities in terms of how many multiples of 4.4 go by. Yeah, multiples. You count 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no commonalities. Like if you see this one, there's 3 different sets: dimming light, sprained ankle, and Havana syndrome. The 10th, yeah, I'm sure you can see the 10th there. I'll color it in. Yeah, the 10th multiple 4.44. Yeah, that 10th multiple there. Yeah. In fact, let me put all these ones centered like. You'll see them much better. Yeah. I'm gonna bold that one out. So you can see it much clearer. Now, yeah, yeah. So so on that, the 10th, there was a hit. Every time I changed the date and shit, yeah, the date here. So if I changed it to the date that corresponds to the other events, they will also have a hit there. Yeah, but this one, the 4 on my finger, didn't have a hit there. But if you look at the other 3, when I got the Havana syndrome, at that stage, I could have predicted a sprained ankle. I could have just gone and looked at the 10th one, and that was the 13th of 6th if I used the Havana syndrome start date. Yeah, and the 13th of the 6th was the event that my sprained ankle happened on. Yeah, but if I put the events 13/6 on my sprained ankle event, the 10th the 10th multiple 4.44 from that date gives me when the interdimensional search term that we got, which was a trending signal of 25, it gives me the 20th of July. And if I do the dimming light one, the 10th multiple 4.44 also gives me the interdimensional search term trend signal. So, but it gives me the second one that happened after the 20th of July, which was the 4th of February 26. So, but I never got a hit with that using this one. So, I don't know. But the first hit I'm interested in talking about now is the perigee of Free Eye Atlas. So I go in there on the 23rd of November, yeah, and I get this on my hand. Yeah, so when I put that in the mix, I could find that the 6th multiple 4.44 gives me when Free Eye Atlas was closest to Earth, and that was the 19th of December 2025. Yeah, so that's the first day. Yeah, if you read it up, that's where it is. The interstellar comet Free Eye Atlas reached its perigee, closest approach to Earth, on the December 19th,
2025. Oh, it was approximately 270 million kilometers, 1.8 AU from Earth. Following its perihelion passage on October 29th, 2025. During this time, it was located near the constellation Leo. That's where it was. Remember that, Leo. Oh, yeah. Back to the matter at hand. So, when I saw the fall of my finger, I could have predicted at that stage when Comet 3i Atlas, because I knew about it then, yeah, was going to reach perihelion. Just count the 6th multiple 4.44 from that date, which was the 23rd of November, when I saw the fall of my finger. Yeah, so the first event after I saw the fall of my finger, before we reached perihelion, yeah, if we go, let me see if I covered it in the same order, yeah, would have been, if we look at the archive of solar flares that we had in December 2025, yeah, hang on, December 1st, 2026, I keep saying 26, because it was in, no, it's December 25, shit, I was right. Couldn't figure out what December that was, yeah. Duh. Yeah, alright, because that's the date here. I tried to write it the same way back and I wrote it wrong down. I wrote it wrong when I wrote it back down. But it's the 12th of December 2025. If we go to that date, we can see that there was a large solar flare. It was an X point 195. Yeah, that was the largest X flare in that month. I'm thinking, so I told you a bit about X flares. Yeah, that's when the sun spits some out. Yeah, the magnetic field of the sun, yeah, bursts and releases lots of energy, normally radio waves, microwave, that kind of shit. Yeah, X-rays. Yeah, I don't know if X-rays and gamma rays, they're probably released as well. Yeah, right, the next event was on the 6th of December 2025. Shit, and that was, hang on, did I put that in there? No, I didn't put it in there, hold on, didn't put it there. Alright, let me just describe it. Oh yeah, it was the quake. Where did I see the quake? The quake in Alaska. I don't have it on my playlist. Oh yeah, here it is, I think. No, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Yeah, this one. Right, so there was an earthquake in Alaska. It was happening on the December the 6th, 2025. Yeah, that was the largest earthquake that happened on that day, and that day is a multiple of 4.44 when added to the date when I saw that. I don't know what it means at that stage, so I'm just seeing what the major events were after that coincided with a multiple 4.44 after the event that I saw there. So we move on to the 19th of January, yeah, where we had a KP index. Yeah, I think I had that one next. KP index reached 9. Yeah, that's to do with geomagnetic storms. Yeah, that's the one that will mess up all your electric devices. Like I told you, you're an electric device, yeah, because your body produces electricity. That's what you call your mind. Your mind is just a electricity that's produced by the body is derived from the electricity that's produced by the body. Your body is the device that produces the electricity. That is what you think you are. Yeah. So that's all it is. When you see electronic devices start to bug out, most probably means that you're bugging out too somehow, because you're an electronic device that produces electric output, and from that your mind comes. Yeah. So also important to keep an eye on that when geomagnetic storms are around. Yeah. So that was another major event. And then, holy Lord. Yeah. Holy Lord. Then we had the 2nd of February, which is also a hit. If you look at the last column there, the 16th one. The 2nd of February was a major X-flare that happened. That X-flare was so big, it's on the all-time top 50, I think, top 30 even. Yeah. So, if you look at that day, the 2nd of February, there was many X-flares happening. There was a double X-flare there, a 6.35 it is. And there was a 6.1. And those are the times when it happened. Now that X-flare was obviously followed by a geomagnetic storm of some kind, I'm sure of it, but it wasn't major, so I never wrote it down. The X-flare was more standout event. And those are the events that I've got. Those are the events that I've got from my fourth finger from the thumb. Now, the events appear to be natural like, yeah? We're talking about the flares and the earthquakes and things like that. Yeah, that had something to do with it. Let's carry on. I will go to each page in order when I look back. Let's see, what's the next topic at hand? All right, yeah, the 7 trumpets in Revelation. Yeah, let me read it out. The 7 trumpets in Revelation, chapter 8 to 11, are a series of catastrophic, intensifying judgments sounded by angels during the tribulation to serve as a wake-up call and warning to the world. The first 4 focus on environmental destruction, earth, sea, water, sky, while the last 3 wars bring demonic torment and warfare. Now, since we're dealing with number 4 that happened on my 4th finger from the thumb, I went straight to the 4th trumpet because I got this 4.44 idea from a Rapture video and they covered all that. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, the 4th trumpet, it says here, a third of the sun, moon and stars are darkened, reducing light by a third. Remember the dimming of the light event that I had, yeah? When my light dimmed, just like that, yeah? The dimming light one, yeah? It predicted when my blunder was about to happen. But it looks like whatever's gonna dim the sun, moon and stars has arrived. Well, don't look at me, I was just like canvas with painting on it. Something was just drawing fours on me and I don't know what it was. So, but I'm thinking maybe 4th trumpet. Yeah, but you'll be asking me how. Well, if you look at the 3rd trumpet, it says it was a blazing star named Wormwood. Falls on a third of the rivers and springs, making them bitter and deadly. Yeah? Well, there's already a blazing star. 3i Atlas is a blazing star, isn't it? If you think about it. Nothing's ever come through that quick through the solar system like that, so the disturbance that it causes is affecting us because the sun's magnetosphere, yeah, has reached some kind of harmony and equilibrium with the constituents of it. So so they all know to dance in a certain way. Then you introduce a very, very fast object cutting through that dance. It's gonna perturb the dance that those planets are having, and that will cause havoc and calamities to come. So because it's darted through like that, it's kind of disturbed the balance of the solar system. And the disturbance, like when you throw a rock in a pond, it kind of makes a disturbance, and then over time it dissipates and goes back to the normal ways that the waves do, that the currents produce. Yeah. So until we go back to the normal vibrations and harmonies of the solar system, we're gonna be experiencing what this darting through of the comet did to the planets. Yeah, and the way it made them dance a little different. So that's the blazing star, I think. Comet 3i Atlas. This is my version. There's many people who's looked at and interpreted the trumpets and they come up with different things, but this is the one I have. I've never really given it much thought. This is the first time I thought, let me make a trumpets video and see what my thoughts are. Yeah. Right. So if we go back and we look at what the first trumpet is, yeah? Hail and fire mixed with blood burn a third of the earth, trees and grass. So that sounds like a volcano. A volcano, you can misconstrue it when it pops off. Yeah, ash starts to rain down. That could be hell. Ash and fire rains down. Pyroclastic flow, that's when it's mixed with blood. You got ash and fire raining down, and then the blood, the magma flow. So we're looking for something like that. And luckily for me, if I go back through history and I can find the best candidate for that, that was Mount Vesuvius, Italy in 79 CE. Yeah, you could see Roman cities of Pompeii, Herculaneum and Stabaea were entirely buried and destroyed by ash and pyroclastic flows. Pompeii was covered in over 19 feet of ash, obliterating the town. Yeah. Now that one was supposed to be destroying 1/3 of Earth. Yeah. So 1/3 of a whole. It depends. 1/3 of an Earth. If you read it like that. Maybe 1/3 of the Roman Empire was destroyed like that, or 1/3 of what is original Rome. I don't know. So that's kind of the best candidate that I have for what the first trumpet is. The second trumpet, a burning mountain is thrown into the sea, turning 1/3 of it blood, destroying sea life and ships. We're talking about a volcano, which is a burning mountain. You look for volcanoes that sank after erupting. So let's see if there's any candidates in history. Yeah. Well, we've already looked at that one and we found that. But here, yes we do. If you look up on search, what volcanoes sank after erupting? Yeah. Submerged and volcanic islands. We got Ferdinandia, Italy, a submarine volcano that briefly rose above sea level after an 1831 eruption, but quickly eroded and sank back below the surface. A mountain of fire that was sunk. Colombo, Greece, a submarine volcano near Santorini that breached the surface in 1650, but has since sunk to 80 meters below sea level. So that takes care of the second trumpet. Then we come to 3i Atlas, is obviously the third trumpet, and the fourth one must be the dimming. You see the dimming of the light and people's electric devices getting fucked up. The sun's most probably dimmer than it was in time. So that's what I'm reading it like. Yeah, I know. But we found all the trumpets anyway. Yeah, me see what else I got. Oh yes, I was perplexed a bit. I was wondering how come there's nothing for 6th, the 6th of January, which was the one that corresponds to all the other hits that I had. That day that I told you in this version corresponds to the 10th multiple 444 for this one. The other versions, the multiples of 444 produced one. Yeah, so I was wondering why it didn't. So I said, okay, look at what date is it on this version. On this version, it's the 6th of January. So then I looked around online and see what was major that was happening on the 6th of January. Nothing much. You had conflicts in Nigeria, Syria, United States and Venezuela, them kind of conflicts there, disasters and accidents. We looked at some crazy things there. 22 people killed, 65 others injured in it after a truck carrying migrant workers overturned somewhere in a far region in Ethiopia. And then another one, 6 people are killed and 46 others are injured after a bus and trailer collided. Yeah. And then another one, a bus and trailer, that's all right. A trailer overturning, that's all right. Now, 1 person is killed and 3 others are injured after a bus collides with protesters. What's going on? A bus overturning, that's one thing. A bus crashing into a trailer is another thing, but a bus crashing into people, what is happening? They look different from a bus. They're not made of metal like that, and you can't sit inside them, so you should be able to tell that those are people you're driving in. I don't know. It just sounded a bit dodgy to me. So I looked for all the other things that happened January 6th. I looked at astronomical events that happened on January the 6th, including transitions. Let me think. The astronomical events on January the 6th, 2026 include transitions of Venus and the continued visibility of Jupiter. Jupiter was there all the time. Yeah. Now Venus. Venus was at superior conjunction. Venus will pass behind the sun as seen from Earth on January the 6th. That means, it comes up in the morning, and when it does the superior conjunction, when it's behind the sun to us, when it comes back, it will be coming out in the evening. So, yeah, this marks the end of its morning appearance and it transitions into the evening sky. However, Venus will not be visible due to solar glare, so we won't see it until it starts coming back in the evening. That happened on January the 6th. Should I put that down? Venus at superior conjunction. Yeah, why not? Yeah, gotta write something in there, otherwise it's blank. Yeah. And that was January the 6th, yeah? Yeah, it sounds bashment, so I'll put that in there. Yeah. Right. Okay, I got something there. I don't know. I had to write something then. Right. And then there was the moon Regulus pairing. I've heard of this one. I didn't know how, but it's something that's significant because Regulus is a small star and sometimes it hangs around the moon. But it's not Venus though, because sometimes Venus does that. So I was looking into it and see what is that about. So that there in this, you got 2 prominent dots in the center ish. One is the moon and the other one is the small star that's by it. Yeah. Right, so that's what that means when the moon and the regular star are in conjunction. I don't know. Jupiter was bright in Gemini. That's probably where Phi Atlas is now. There was a quadranted meteor shower That's it. Right. So that's the conjunction. I got that from my Instagram photo. I don't know who it is. So I was even thinking about the number 4. Yeah. Even you have Fantastic Four, which was a cartoon that I used to see, and I said to myself, let me look up what the characters were called. We had Mr. Fantastic, a scientific genius, can stretch, twist, and reshape his body into inhuman proportions. The man stretch out and he's fantastic, and yeah. Then you had his girlfriend, Mrs. Fantastic, who's the Invisible Woman. Yeah, she tried that thing and tried to be Wonder Woman, but couldn't do it. So she said, let me try and be like Invisible Man. Yeah. So there was 4 Fantastic Fours, isn't it? Then there was the Human Torch. That was her brother, a younger one. Yeah. That man, he possessed the ability to control fire, allowing him to project fire from his body, as well as the power to fly. Yeah. Then you had the Thing, who was Mr. Fantastic's roommate at college. Yeah. It has been transformed into a monstrous orange rock-like humanoid, possessing high levels of superhuman strength and durability. Yeah. Those are the type of niggas you was dealing with in Fantastic Four. I don't know if you remember the cartoon. So I don't know. But you see the qualities of those 4 individuals. It was at play. You see, when you're like the Human Torch, you're dealing with powers that you control. Yeah, yeah, you're like a torch. You give off fire and that. But you can slip one way or another, though. Yeah, you can become a scientific genius that can control that shit, or you can become a thing that's so bitter about life and you're self-loathing. Yeah, look, the Thing is often filled with anger, self-loathing and self-pity over his new appearance. Obviously he was not pleased at being a rock, like looking like some kind of rock. So he's gonna be upset, but always look on the bright side of life. That's what I say. No, but I had to spit and put that in there. So yeah, don't know what to say, but that's what I got so far. Yeah, I've covered the 4 now. I had to do it. I don't know if it makes sense. I'll play it back. Listen to the rest of the song, and yeah, let me see. Hold on. Let me spit for the next minute and see what else I can bring. Yeah. In terms of prediction, this covered perigee of Free Eye Atlas, and these are where predictions, I guess. I can't see any pattern to them, and I'm not so sure how to get predictions from them. Maybe you can read how often they occur. After 1, 4, 4, 4, after 2, after 3. Those ones are Fibonacci's and primes. Then 2, then 2, then 1. That date has been, and we haven't seen nothing then. I don't know. Could be all kinds of things. Yeah. But I'm glad I done the 444. Yeah, because that's always been puzzling me. Yeah. And it's like I don't know. Obviously, don't want to reveal too much, so let me just end this one. I'm gonna play this back on the rewind. Enjoy it.